Some stories can't have pretty bright images in their depiction. This is one of those. He killed his family, then he questioned his own son in court. In the early hours of March 2018, deputies in Tampa, Florida responded to a 911 call. The caller was Ronnie O'Neill III. When first responders arrived, the home was on fire. Inside were 3 victims. His girlfriend, Kenya McGee, was 33, their 9-year-old daughter, Ronnie O'Neill, and their 8-year-old son, Ronnie O'Neill Jr. Kelly McGee, his girlfriend, did not survive. She died from multiple stab wounds. Their daughter did not survive. She suffered blunt force trauma and stab injuries. The 8-year-old boy was still alive, but critically injured. The house had been deliberately set on fire. This was not an accident. This was violence followed by arson. According to the state's case, the attack began inside the home during the early morning hours. Kenya McGee was stabbed multiple times. The daughter was beaten and stabbed. Their son was stabbed. His throat was cut. And after the attacks, gasoline was used to start a fire inside the home. Prosecutors argued the fire was intended to destroy evidence and possibly kill the surviving child. When deputies arrived, O'Neill was still at the scene. He was taken into custody. The 8-year-old boy later told investigators his father had attacked them. Doctors performed emergency surgery. He recovered physically over time, a long time. About 5 years later, in 2023, he would face something few children ever have to face. He testified in front of a jury, and his father was representing himself, asking him questions. This is where the trial becomes unsettling. Ronnie O'Neill III dismissed his public defenders. He chose to represent himself. But during the trial, he didn't present a fully formed alternative suspect. Instead, he attempted to introduce doubt. What he suggested: he claimed his girlfriend Kenya attacked the children. Prosecutors said there was no evidence of that. O'Neill then questioned forensic evidence, DNA, fire investigation conclusions, and law enforcement procedures. Most disturbingly, he challenged his son's memory. He suggested trauma could distort recollection. He pressed him on inconsistencies. He implied the child could be mistaken. The courtroom remained silent as a father questioned the only surviving witness to the attack. His attack. Prosecutors countered with medical examiner testimony, fire investigation findings, DNA evidence, 911 call recording, and the child's identification of his father as the attacker. There was no verified third-party suspect presented, no alternative timeline placing O'Neill elsewhere. The defense relied almost entirely on challenging credibility. After closing arguments, the jury deliberated only a few hours. They returned guilty verdicts on all counts: first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, arson, and child abuse. In June 2023, he was sentenced to 3 life sentences without parole, plus an additional 60 years. He will spend the rest of his life in prison. The surviving son was later adopted by a deputy who responded to the case. He's now living privately, away from any spotlights. Kenya McGee, his girlfriend, did not survive. Their daughter did not survive. And the courtroom moment where a father cross-examined his own child remains one of the most disturbing elements of this case. Until next time.